Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Got an interesting one for you, and I hope you really check this one out. This is a knife that was sent to me by Randy's WSG, or Randy WSG. Love that dude. He's an awesome dude. He and Miss Joy are just phenomenal folks. Now, this knife was sent to him by Eric Starr. I'm going to read to you what Eric put with the knife. I don't normally do that, but I think it will help all of us. This knife is made from a Farriers Rasp, donated by the farrier whose shoes are horses. It is hardened to a 56 to 59 RHC or HRC. The blade is a full flat ground to 3.8 degrees, and the edge grinds are 25 degrees per side. The jimping on the thumb ramp is a remnant of the cutting edge of the file. The handle scales are OD green burlap Ultrex micarta. The pins and lanyard tube are brass. I made the lanyard bead. I did not make the sheath. The sheath will work equally well for the left or right hand carry. Now, this is the third knife that Eric's made. The sheath that I'm showing you was made by Randy. He did an amazing job. Randy, if you would put in the comments what the material is. Now watch this real quick. This is 1-inch sandblast hose, 4-ply. It's some of the thickest stuff I got. The knife had zero problem. Went straight through there. Now Randy did say he honed this knife up. I want to talk to y'all about a couple things. One, Randy did a great job with the sheath. You see me shake it, catch it, and shake it again. There's a little give, but it catches. This knife is not coming out of this sheath, and this, I think, was one of Randy's first sheaths. He did a very good job. Now, this particular sheath here that I'm talking about, the orange, it is left-handed carry. Let's talk about the knife. I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't going to be some big hype video. I do love this knife, and I'm going to tell you why as we go. But can I be real weak? Can I be honest? I wasn't expecting much. Randy hit me up a while ago. He said, hey, man, I got a friend that's made a knife out of a Farriers Rasp. It's a fixed blade. Would you like to check it out? Yes, and I'll tell you why I said yes. I have always loved these knives. Now, listen to me. I'm not going to get all hype. This ain't all hype. I just want to talk to you about my feelings on the knife. There is something about knives that are made out of Farrier rasps, files, etc. I just like that old school flow. I like the way it looks. This knife has a very original look to it, but it has a very authentic look to it. You can tell it was made out of a file. For me, when these knives are made, that is a must. Why? Again, some of it is nostalgia. The other reason that I like these knives, they're handmade. No matter how they made them, they cut them, they ground them, they did all that. But it's a throwback, right? It's a throwback, old school American. Now, the handle is one of my favorite parts of this knife. It feels good in hand. Kurt picked it up. I did not say a word. Didn't say a word. He said, what is this? And I kind of told him a little bit. And he was just over there kind of playing with the knife. He goes, dude, this feels good. And so as we were talking and just holding the knife, sometimes you can tell a lot about a knife by holding it. He was very impressed with how good it feels. I am very impressed with how well it holds in the hand. Now, let me say this. I didn't do some super hard testing. That's not what this video is. What this video is getting a knife in and doing a real checkout of it, okay? I'm really looking at the knife. We didn't go insane. We didn't try to beat it down. We weren't trying to find a breaking point. I wasn't trying to destroy it. I simply wanted to use the knife, do some things that I might normally do camping, in my day-to-day life, work, etc., and see how well the knife performed. And then towards the end, I did hone it up. I wanted to see how easy it was to get back to sharp. It came sharp. I wanted it to leave my house the same way. Let me give you some specs on the knife. as far as dimensions, and then we'll go from there. And as I'm doing this, again, just kind of watch the knife as we go. So the blade stock on this, I had to pick the worst damn tape measure I got. It's right at 3/16. It might be just a hair under, but it's right at 3/16 if I'm reading that right. The overall length of this knife is 10 1/8. So 10 inches 1/8. The blade length of the knife, and we're going down to the handle scales, to the top part of the handle scales, is 5 1/4. The cutting edge is right at 4, looks like 4 3/4 cutting edge. The blade width, let me see here. The blade width is about 1 inch and 3/16 wide. It does have a nice choil towards the bottom. It's not a big choil, but it's enough that you could use it. It also has a nice guard in the handle, or a choil up near the top of the handle. Feels really good. Now, the jimping that Eric put on this, there's a little hump right there. I actually love that. You get I got really kind of an old school vibe from this knife. Now, the inner grip, that's the biggest measurement for me. And this one's a bit unusual. So your inner grip is 3 1/2. However, you can extend that out to right at about 4 inches when you add in, now it's not, I won't call it a pommel, but it's sloped. So if you have a large hand, you can actually wrap your pinky on the bottom of the knife. It's very comfortable. Eric did a really, really good job matching up his handle scales. You'll see me throughout this video just holding the knife, twisting it in my hand, getting a feel for it. We always go back to this. Would you carry the knife? Would I carry the knife? I'm going to be honest with you. When I said I wasn't expecting much, let me quantify that real quick. I didn't know what to expect, right? A lot of times you get the Farriers, Rasps, and things, and as much as I love them because they've got that old school look, but it's kind of thrown together, it's kind of hastily done. I don't get that vibe at all with this knife. This knife has time put into it. It's well done. Some of the little details that may need work might be the edge bevels as far as evenness. But when it comes down to like fitting of the handle, dude, the handle's perfect. I'm holding the knife now. I was overly impressed with this knife. Now, I didn't want to go super duper hard on it because my channel, and I mention this a lot, so I'm not going to go that route, but I wanted just to use the knife. That's it. Not every video review has to be some wide ass open crazy things. I wanted just to use the knife. And in my mind, when I'm doing a knife, when I'm testing a knife, and right there, you can kind of see how sharp the tip is. That's that 2-inch ratchet strap. When I'm doing these, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, if this is the only knife I had, if I was in a situation, doesn't have to be survival, it could be a weekend camping trip. If I'm out and this is the only knife I have, would it work? Could I make it work? Could I get by? Not only could I get by or just survive, could I thrive? I truly believe with this knife, I would be fine. I think it'll process wood. And the reason I did the small batoning there is because that's what I do in real life. I live in Northeast Florida. If I need to find kindling and tinder, there's a lot of that on the ground. I've said this before, the only reason I would do any batoning, and it would be pretty light, would be if the wood was somewhat wet and I was trying to get to the middle. That's it. But you see right here, it's pretty evenly done all the way up and down. It just feels good in the hand. And I'll tell you the truth, it reminds me a little bit of an old timer. I think overall, Eric, I think you did a great job. I really do. I would not be scared to use this knife in any situation. I really wouldn't. Right there, we're just kind of hammering it in, and I'm gonna twist it, put a little pressure on it. When we do the zip ties, again, that's not the sharpness of the knife. Any knife, a dull knife can cut a zip tie, but it's to see if we get any chipping. I think he nailed the heat treat. Overall, I'm very, very impressed with this, especially with this being the dude's third knife, man. I mean, come on. He hit a spit and finish. Now, Bear in mind, when I'm talking about fit and finish on one of these, it's got to look a little rustic. It's got to look a little hammered in. It's got to look a little beat up. I'm going to give him a solid 8 out of 10. I just like it. Would I carry it? You damn right. Good job, Randy. Great job on the sheath, dude, and the lanyard. Very impressed. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 bets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. We're in the holiday season. They're going to be higher. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0 bets. We love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. I say it all the time. It's not all what you think it is, but it's something that's important to me. I'm not going to argue with you about it. Everybody has their opinion. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, guys, I'm scared. You're not. I'm gone, son.